Shit. That's a lot of damage.
Hungary is the most popular female character of Hetalia. She isn't too girly, or too boyish, having an identity of her own outside of gender stereotypes. Unless the fanfic requires it. She is a big sister type of character. Someone who is caring and responsible, but is notable for having many enemies. While in the past she was much wilder. She can still be childish as an adult. Especially when Prussia and Romania is involved. Her interest in boy-on-boy also hampers her judgment. In her youth, Hungary grew up believing she was a boy to an absurd degree. It's never explained why her boss or the people of her kingdom never told her. It could be because of the man-dominated society she was born into. Hungary was unsure about her gender identity at first, going through denial, before fully embracing her femininity. Despite this transformation, she still retains her boyish traits. She easily resorts to violence, especially when Austria is in danger, or when Prussia is being Prussia. Hetalia even refers to her as the manliest character in the series. She usually wears dresses, but when given the chance to dress up during Halloween, she was eager to be a prince, and wanted Austria to be a princess she swept off his feet. Both are Hungary. You can't have one without the other. Many shippers misunderstand this part of her character, either writing her as a tomboy who rejects girlish things, or a woman eager for a man to save her, instead of the other way around.
Stop!
Hungary has known Prussia since they were young. Hungary often hired the Teutonic Knights, but the two never got along. Prussia always seemed to cause problems for Hungary, from trying to steal her land, to making fun of her problems growing up, or causing issues for Austria, someone who Hungary cares for deeply. Prussia is implied to have a crush on Hungary due to the fact she's technically the first girl he interacted with. This is because of his vow of celibacy. However, he usually does something stupid that results in Hungary using her frying pan on him. Hungary makes her dislike of Prussia clear, yet is shown to care for him, and doesn't want him to die.
So I don't get it. He's a vampire, but he can walk around during the day? What is wrong with you?
Similar to Prussia, maybe even more, Hungary cannot stand Romania. They glare at each other for long periods. Hungary names her dogs after him. One of the main sources of their hatred seems to be the topic of Transylvania. Despite this, they can be civil towards each other, especially concerning their placement in the EU. They both also have a culture of scary things. Hungary loves scary songs. Romania loves magic and vampires. All three are close friends, so I could understand wanting to pair either one of them off with Hungary. Unlike another Yuri ship.
Brew! Gotcha. Scared you. Scared you.
Hungary and a young Italy were close during his time under Austria. They share the similar childhood experiences of being confused for the opposite gender, and are close in modern day, with Italy showing attraction to her. Hungary, however, still treats him as a kid brother, and even prefers him when he was smaller. Historically, the two are close. Share many interests like dressing as princes. Went through similar hardships working under Austria and Russia, and dressed as the opposite gender. However, they rarely interact in the series, so many tend to idealize their relationship. Turkey often beat up Hungary in her youth, and at one point had her under his influence. While Turkey is eager to turn his life around, Hungary had nightmares of him as a kid, that still haunt her as an adult. Historically, the two are close. But when Austria is involved, their relationship becomes very combative. Despite seeming like polar opposites, they are fond of little boys, and defy gender stereotypes. Whether in clothing, or in their personalities. They are also perverts. Especially when Austria is involved. The two are a similar type of character. They are devoted, caring, close with an Italy brother, strong women, scary holidays, and both are forgotten unless shipping is involved. As children, Hungary often beat up Austria, having the upper hand until Austria became the Habsburg Empire. Hungary is described as feeling defiant yet also yearning for Austria while under his rule. This can be shown with her acting as Austria's confidant, but also historically fighting for her independence, which led to the Austro-Hungarian alliance. Although their marriage was short, she remains proud of the period of time they spent together. While technically divorced, the two are still super close, often being together in their daily life. Austria is more guarded with his feelings, but Hungary is much more expressive, acting as a maiden in love, to a full-blown warrior when Austria needs her help.
He took away Austria's happy little place. For that he will suffer a fate worse than death, and death, Prussia must die!
That's a lot of damage!
Well, let's do click, okay?
Click, sure thing.
Excuse me, what?